Hi guys, I'm Charlie or Charlie Book Fanatic, and today I'm going to do my author madness. What author madness entails is that I'm going to talk about my favorite authors. Like, this is basically my profile series, which I talked about in my introduction video, which I will link down below. This is my first profile series video, but I found a cool name, which is Author Madness. So basically I'm going to talk once a month about a different author, and I'm going to talk about why I like them, what my favorite books are by them, which books I would like to read, their writing projects, basically like my favorite author video, which I did last month also, which I will also link down below for you to check out. Today I'm going to talk for my first author about Jenny Han. Jenny Han was born and raised in Richmond, Virginia. She went to college at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. She went on to graduate school at a new school in New York City. She received her MFA in Writing for Children, and now she lives in Brooklyn. Jenny Han writes books for teens and for children, and basically all of her books are contemporary. If you want to know more about Jenny Han, I will leave her website down below. I think I've read most of Jenny Han's books, and that's just because I really like her writing style. I really like the way she writes her books, and she works with friendships, romance, and I really like how all of the love interests and all the relationships in her books are slow burning. Like, they're not immediately insta love, oh my god, wow, but there's really some romantic tension, and I really like that in her books. I've read almost all of Jenny Han's teen books except for the Burn for Burn series. I read Burn for Burn, but I didn't read the other two books in the trilogy. The first book I read by Jenny Han was The Summer I Turned Pretty. The Summer I Turned Pretty is part of the Summer trilogy, and I've read all of those books. I really liked those books. It was a really summery read, like the title suggests. And I really like the main character, Belly. These books are summer romance based, but it's not all about summer romance. There are some really mature topics that are dealt with in these books, and I really like that it's not all about romance, but also about friendship and death even, and just, yeah, the first book basically ruined me because it was so emotional, but the second and the third book didn't do that for me. Like, it was too much based on the romance, so I basically really liked the first book of the summer series, but the second and third book less, but I still like them. Burn for Burn is a revenge series. I only read the first book, so I don't know if the second and third book are also revenge based, but the first book was revenge based, and I found it to be quite unbelievable. Like, I liked the writing style. Again, I love Jenny Han's writing style, but the story was enjoyable to read. But when I closed the book and I finished it, I was like, this was so unbelievable. Like, one of the girls just came back to Jar Island to seek revenge, and I didn't find that to be quite believable, because she only came back for revenge because she was bullied when she was younger, and I didn't believe it. I think my favorite book from Jenny Han's writing was To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I really loved that book. I still have to read the sequel, P.S. I Still Love You, but I've wanted to read it. It's on my TBR, and I'm planning to read it. But To All the Boys I've Loved Before was my favorite book by Jenny Han. But I have to say, I don't really remember what it's really about, so if I am going to read P.S. I Still Love You, I will have to reread To All the Boys I've Loved Before, because I know who Laura Jean ends up with at the end of To All the Boys I've Loved Before, but I don't really remember the details of it. Jenny Han also wrote two books for children. One of them was Shug, which I also read, but don't remember much about, again, to be honest. I knew it was about a girl who was named Anne-Marie, and her nickname was Shug, which is also the title of the book. And I remember really liking it, but thinking it was a bit too young for me, which is correct because it is a children's book. But I remember also really liking the topics that it dealt with, so I would really recommend reading Shug too. Jenny Han has also another children's book out, which is called Clara and the Apple Pie Dream, which I haven't read, but I would like to read because the cover looks really cute. I will show it here. But the cover is really cute, and I don't know, I would like to read more by Jenny Han. Like, I don't have much of her books to read, but I don't want to continue on with the Burn for Burn series, so those two are not on my TBR. Then the only two books that remain are P.S. I Still Love You, which I want to read, and Clara Lee and the Apple Pie Dream. Clara Lee and the Apple Pie Dream is about Clara Lee, obviously, who has one day of good luck, and after that she only has bad luck, and this book is basically about when her luck will turn back around and become good luck again, which sounds pretty interesting to me. It's not really by with Jenny Han, it's like, I don't really care about the synopsis of the book, I just want to read it. Like, I know it's going to be good because Jenny Han, she writes it, she has an amazing writing style, and I want to give it a chance, and it doesn't really matter if I like the synopsis or not, if you get what I mean. Jenny Han has no new books scheduled to come out because she's still busy with P.S. I Still Love You, not with writing it, but with promoting it and stuff, because P.S. I Still Love You came out this year, 2015, so she's still busy with that, and I don't know much about what she's writing right now. I don't think she has told it anywhere, like on a blog or news or Goodreads, but there are no set release dates for new books. If you want to start reading Jenny Han and you haven't read any of her books, I would recommend starting with To All the Boys I've Loved Before, because I like that book the most by her, and I think it gives a really good glimpse of her writing style, like how she writes. And after To All the Boys I've Loved Before, I recommend reading the sequel first, but I haven't read the sequel, but I would recommend finishing that duology first, and then moving on to other books. Like, if you are not interested in her children's books, I would I think pick the summer series, like the first book in the summer series, and see if you like that one. And after that, I think you can just pick, like, but I would read it like that, like first All the Boys I've Loved Before, and then the sequel, or if you don't want to read the sequel, if you didn't like To All the Boys I've Loved Before but you want to give Jenny Han another chance, I would read the first book in the summer series, which is The Summer I Turned Pretty. So yeah, this is my first Author Madness video. Thank you for watching. Let me know down below if you want to read Jenny Han, if you have read Jenny Han, which books interest you, if you like Jenny Han, if you don't like Jenny Han. I said Jenny Han so many times. Let me know down below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.